everyone, and welcome to or back to The Thread Life. In today's video, we will be getting into these large to jumbo passion braids with the boho pieces added into them. Before we get into the details of this hairstyle, I want to say a huge thank you to Eon Hair for sponsoring today's video. They sent me over 3 packs of their 24-inch deep wave hair in its natural color. I was not sure what to expect out of this style because passion braids are a very distressed style, a messy style, and I thought that when I installed it, it was just gonna look like, can you even braid for real? But I love how it turned out. They're long, they're flowy, they're full, even though they're jumbo, and I love that. I know I will get this question, so before we get too far into the tutorial or into the talking points of the video, I do have 18 braids total. 18 braids does not sound like a lot. Maybe doesn't even sound like enough if you're first hearing it, but by the time you install the hair, install the braids, it's just right. After I did my parting, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a little spacey, but everything filled in so nicely whenever I finally did install the hair. You'll see in the video that I went ahead and pre-parted my hair the night before, and I know, not Little Miss, I don't believe in pre-parting her hair, but because they are jumbo, having clean parting spaces was going to be crucial in this style, and I wanted to do the parting one day and then knock out the braids the second day. By me doing that, whenever I did get to braiding, it only took me 3 hours to complete this style. Y'all know normally when I do like a medium size on myself, it takes about 6 hours. So I love that this was able to cut it down in half the time. You'll see my ends here, they're full of the passion hair, and I love that springy look, but then throughout the braids you see the human hair. So I did use 3 different types of hair for this style, but we'll get into all those details soon. They're not heavy at all. It's very lightweight. Now, y'all know I will never get on this platform and just sell y'all anything or have you spending your hard-earned money on just any product, especially in inflation. This is my second time working with Eon Hair. The first time I used their hair was in the previous boho braided style that I did, which was with the color 4 hair, where I did the medium box braids. That hair did not hold up well for me. I ended up taking my braids out before I came home from the vacation that I installed them for because it was shedding really bad, it was tingling up, and I couldn't do any style other than a high bun because that's just how bad the shedding and the tingling was. Now, I have this set of braids and I'll be working with Eon for one more set of braids. And that could be a gift and it could be a curse, but we'll see what happens in the end. By me being the guinea pig and trying this hair out 3 times, you will know for sure whether it is like that, whether I just had a bad batch to begin with and it gets better with this install and the next, or if it's 3 strikes and they are out of there. So stay tuned to see how it holds up. I ended up using almost 1 full bundle, but not even a full bundle because again, I only have 18 braids. But I just love how soft and flowy and feminine this style looks. I'm gonna show it styled a few different ways right here. And then also I did forget to talk about my nighttime maintenance for my boho braids on the previous video. So I'll link the TikTok where I explain how I tie up my braids at night in the description box, but it's super easy. All you need is a pair of pantyhose. I oil my scalp and then I tie my braids up like that. And it keeps them nice and detangled and out of the way off my neck at nighttime. Without further ado, let's get straight into the tutorial.
Once again, for the hair, I did use 24 inches of deep wave, and then for my passion hair, I used Made Lusty Water Wave in 18 inches and then Rua 18 inches for my braiding hair. This was the pattern that I used for my pre-parting. Again, it was 18 altogether. I had 3 rows in the back and 2 on each side of the front. Now I'm going to show you all how I did each braid. You want to comb your product through and separate it into 3 pieces, and from there you're going to cross over 2 times instead of 3, and then you want to add in that first piece of braiding hair sooner because the braids are so big. You switch over once, second time, and then you add in that first piece of human hair, and you don't have to fish it out this time because it's more textured. You switch over once more, add in your second piece of braiding hair, and then you braid it down a couple of more times, add some more product to those ends, and then you're going to go in with the passion hair piece. So for each braid to start off, I started with 2 pieces of braiding hair, 1 piece of passion hair, and then from there you're just going to continue adding in your human hair pieces. Once I got to about the halfway point, I added in 1 more piece of both braiding hair and passion hair separately, and then I continued braiding down The final piece of passion hair that you add in will turn into your end of the braid. So you want to add it in at a point where you want your length of your braids to stop. And then you're going to continue adding in your human hair pieces until you reach the end. And the best way to secure these ends for that curly end look is to tie a piece of the braiding hair around first. I tied those around about 2 times, and then I took a small piece of the passion hair and tied that around 3 to 4 times to make sure they were super secure. From there, I cut off all the stray pieces and everything except 2 passion pieces at the end, and this was the finish that I came up with. It didn't look too thick, it was just right. And then from there, you just want to go in and pull apart your braid for that distressed look. You start at the bottom and just work your way all the way to the top, and we're going to repeat it one more time. I'm going to let y'all watch and learn for the second half of the braiding portion, but before I go, I do want to state that I did add in 5 to 8 human hair pieces per braid, and then on this very last braid, I know I like to start with a piece of human hair on each front braid so that I can have my bangs to go with it. So altogether, 5 to 8 human hair pieces per braid, 2 pieces of braiding hair at the top, 1 piece of passion hair at the top, and then 1 of each being the braiding hair and the passion hair pieces towards the end. All right, let's braid.
So once again, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and were able to learn something from it. If you try this hairstyle at home, be sure to tag me. Let me know how yours come out. One thing I love about the passion braid, the butterfly braid, whatever you want to call them, trend, is that no 2 of them really look the same. Everybody fluffs theirs out differently and it gives it a different finish every time. One tip that I really do want to give you is do not braid your hair tight. Don't use your normal grip. That's one thing that I wish that I did not do. I do wish that I braided it a little looser, because whenever I'm going in to fluff it out, I can't fully fluff it out as much as I want to because I braided it so tight when I initially installed the braid. So be very loose-handed with these. You don't have to be as precise on your actual braiding. Your parting needs to be precise because the braids are very distressed. So keep that in mind whenever you're doing this style. I will definitely be revisiting this. It's great for if you don't want to sit in the chair or in the mirror for days at a time. This is a quick one too, and your hair is still out of the way for a couple of weeks. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. All of the information for Eon Hair will be linked in the description box. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The hair tutorials are back in full swing, so it won't be long before we get into another one. Shout out to the set. We'll see y'all in another vlog very soon. And on that note, I'm out of here. Later.